Erling Haaland's agent, Rafaela Pimenta, was asked about the famous release clause in his contract and whether it even exists. She said, and I quote, "It's a mystery. It reminds me of Treasure Island."
Good Rafaela.
Was there a mystery? I don't remember Treasure Island. I want to go look it up. I read it as a kid. I forgot all of it.
Yeah.
No one knows, and I like it. Obviously, it's in their interest.
She teases us.
She was also asked about, remember those stories we talked about on the show about whether the clause was there, but it was removed because Pep signed a new deal, and she wouldn't comment on it. Jules, why is this?
She's good. You know how much I love Rafaela, of course. She's good. Why clearing it up? You don't need to. Keep people thinking, is there release clause, is there not? Why is this truth? Why is not? She doesn't have to come out and be transparent and say, yeah, this is the situation, this is what happens. It's good. Look, we're talking about it.
Do you believe the clause exists? Do you believe that?
I think the clause doesn't exist anymore. I know you're very skeptical about it, that a Pep extension could lift the clause or make the clause disappear. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a release clause. There's no more release clause. And I like the game that she's playing, and I think he's seen their interest. He's seen her interest in Haaland's interest. She doesn't need to come out and say to the whole world.
Oh no, I agree, because if there is a release clause, then she can just tell other clubs and say, hey, if you want him, come and match the release clause and blah blah blah, and give us this much money. I get that part. I would find it, if it ever did exist, and certainly some people report that it did, I'd be very surprised that it's been removed. That's it.
According to reports in Georgia, Napoli are angry at the appearance of Coca-Cola bottles with Kvaratskhelia on them, and I've asked for them, so that's not Kvaratskhelia himself, right? The Coca-Cola bottles, to be removed from circulation. What is going on? So what? They used his image in Georgia on Coca-Colas.
Yeah, and Coca-Cola is also, by the way, they have a sponsorship deal with Napoli. So this whole thing seems to be being strange. It comes from the report on a Georgian website, which I'd never heard of. So I don't quite know if this is true or not.
Right.
But I just love it. It's an excuse to talk about Kvaratskhelia on
course.
there. It's an excuse for Napoli to get the name Kvaratskhelia out there a little more. It's an excuse to mention Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
give them some more publicity.
Yeah.
I think this all ends up with everybody being friends and working out an amicable agreement.
Yes,
it's a little bit like, I don't know if you know the story in Aussie Rules Football, where they're going to get a new franchise in Tasmania.
Yeah.
In Tasmania, you have the Devils, right? The Tasmanian Devils. And they want to call it the Tasmanian Devils, right?
Yeah.
But of course, that's a Warner Brothers character. And
of course.
So this whole dispute, are they going to block it, blah, blah, blah. No, we just want the publicity about talking about it. And then, of course, we let you use it.
Of course.
Jules, that brings us to an end. But we got to come back on Monday.
We have
because the Premier League title could be decided this weekend.
An English champion.
How about that? Until then, love the game, love your neighbor, love yourself.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.